that nigga. You not part of this life.
I feel like after that picture of you with the fries on your lap in the pool, they should have just threw you in jail and just left you there.
They should have.
They would start smoking crack now.
I got the meth on deck.
$200? That's one dinner. See that woman, that white woman that was crying?
I've never seen a white woman in my life. All right, man. You ready to get to it?
Yep.
All right, we got to get to this right here, man. We got to get us live. Get us live and in full effect.
Let's go. Let's get lit.
Talk FNF TV. You are here with your wonderful co-host. I am Rhetoric, and I'm with the lovely, we're just workshopping this now, Miss Reality.
Okay, period.
All right, so we're going to get into it today. We ain't even going to be bullshitting. We ain't even going to be bullshitting today because it's been a lot on the docket.
You be telling me not to curse in the first 15 minutes, and look at you.
Well, I'm the one who's cutting it, so that's why. I can make more work for me. But the people don't care about that right now. They care about Mr. Bad Boy, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Puff Daddy. Oh, man. All right, so
it's looking terrible.
It's looking horrible. So let's start just giving the synopsis of everything that's happened since the last time we recorded. So this man Diddy has had a civil suit from Cassie, and this was a 35-page docket that exploded all over the internet. Everybody was talking about it. For the most part, that wasn't affiliated with Diddy, of course. We'll touch on that in just a moment. But it was settled rather quickly.
It was. I learned today that she didn't just sue Diddy, like she sued his corporation.
Yeah.
So it was
Revolt, all that, right?
Yeah, so it wasn't even like fully his decision whether he settled or not, and it made it faster.
Oh yeah, they wasn't gonna play about that. Once you because the thing about it is so, and we'll probably touch on this a little bit more, but I do want this to be known. When you're Diddy, you sell lifestyle brands. So if something's going on nefarious in your lifestyle, yeah, all those companies, all those corporations, they could be held liable because they're funding what you're doing because they're funding your lifestyle. So it's like I said, this is gonna be let's get into more. So it was a 35 page docket.
Yeah.
So it went into a lot of gory details. We'll touch on some of the notable subjects, but the one that stuck out to me that wasn't like the sexual stuff was the fact that he was getting the strap out for Suge. So she said that I guess he had found out Suge was in town, and he basically had called his mans together, and they went in, got the gun. She said she seen the firearms, and they went out looking for Suge.
Looking for him?
Yeah, they said he was in the area. They knew where he was at. They was trying to line him up, allegedly. And that was that one. And the other one that stuck out to me was the Kid Cudi one. So it was also allegations of him basically saying he wanted to blow up Kid Cudi's car because he was messing with Cassie.
And then Kid Cudi's car blew up a couple days after.
Kid Cudi's car did blow up, and he did confirm that, I believe.
Yeah.
That his car did blow up. So that is odd coincidence, and the nigga who can blow your car up is to be feared.
Yeah, that is very dangerous if he can get that done, because what type of supervillain nonsense is that? Like, how can you actually do that? Who actually has that power?
This nigga is Puff Luther.
Are you in the mafia?
Obviously, we got mob ties.
Obviously, because that's crazy.
Bad Boy wasn't playing. Like, the Stop had had this on Twitter. It was funny because he had watched the Biggie movie recently, and they had did this crazy job trying to make sure Diddy was viewed as this peacemaker the whole time. And with these allegations and everything that's been coming out about him, it looks more to be like he was the aggressor.
Probably, if you're the guy at the top making the decisions and everyone's following your accord, which is usually what happens. Why, you're usually not a good person. Like, this nigga don't run a non-profit. Like,
so he's
rich.
So also with this come along was two other civil cases that have yet to be resolved at this time. So Diddy is in hot water. Like, he's already lost the Macy deal. I believe there's some other corporations that are pulling out of doing business with him. But this is what it comes with. Like, you bring this kind of energy into an environment. Even if you didn't do nothing wrong, it already looks crazy that you settling. But like you said, because of the corporations involved, he probably couldn't even have a choice to fight it.
And it was a civil suit, so the only the only option he had was to settle. Like, that's the only outcome you can have.
No, he could have took it to trial. They could have took it to trial, and he tried to be not liable. There's been people who've done that. Kevin Spacey, he got in the UK courts got not liable. Derrick Rose, both of those cases are kind of a little funny though, just due to their celebrity. I know Derrick Rose, they said mans was dapping up jurors afterwards. Like after he got the not guilty, not liable call, and his joint was assault. Like I ain't trying to throw my ass under the bus. This man said he didn't know what consent was.
Remember?
This man said, I remember. This man said he didn't know what consent was in the court docs.
As a grown man, not knowing what consent was.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But let's stick to Diddy. So one thing I just been hating on, because there's been a timeline of a lot of things going on with Diddy. It hasn't just been this Cassie case that's come up. I think one of his baby, the Asian baby mama he had, she did an interview where she was talking about her timeline of abuse, him assaulting her, the many alleged cases that go on with Kim Porter. I know you said you saw something that was.
If you want to play it, I sent it to you. But Kim Porter had like a best friend that worked for Diddy or something like that. If you want to pull it up, and everyone in that situation is dead.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up right here. Give me a second.
Yeah.
But just give her a name of yours, like Erica Hamilton or something like that.
I don't remember her name.
Okay. Erica Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on, I'm pulling it up right here. Give us a second, bear with me.
Hey y'all, I've been going down this Diddy rabbit hole, and I came across an interesting story.
Adisha Jenkins.
I never heard of Erica Kennedy until today. I went looking into a story about Kim Porter and ended up coming across Kimora Lee Simmons and Erica Kennedy. So Kimora Lee Simmons and Erica Kennedy were BFFs. So it was Kimora Lee Simmons and Kim Porter. Kimora Simmons and Kim Porter came up in the game together as models. They said that Kimora was crushed when she learned of Kim's passing. But we're here to talk about Erica Kennedy. You see, it says right here, Kennedy was the best friend of model and television personality Kimora Lee Simmons, serving as the maid of honor at her wedding to Russell Simmons, and she's the godmother to Kimora's kids. It says, following her graduation, Kennedy started a career working as a publicist with various top fashion designers, including Tommy Hilfiger and Sean Combs. Erica Kennedy wrote this book called Bling. It was about a music mogul who started dating this really, really young girl and some other stuff that somebody wouldn't want to get out. Erica Kennedy's book was a New York Times bestseller. Erica ends up dead. Kennedy's cause of death has never been publicly announced. Here in essence, it says Erica Kennedy, what her passing teaches us. As of this writing, no official cause of death has been released. I just pulled this up, and according to them, there's still no official cause of death released. So Kimora lost her best friend, Erica Kennedy, unexpectedly. Then she suddenly loses Kim Porter. This guy is Ed Winter. Ed Winter
This is when it get good, everybody.
Profiled autopsies, okay?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Brittany Murphy, Corey Haim, Paul Walker. When Kim passed away, Kimora was like, nah. I'm not hearing that. This is my second best friend. Something funny. Kim Porter was supposedly said to have passed away from lobar pneumonia. I'ma just leave this here for y'all to read. Y'all can pause it if you want. So as you can see in that report, Kim Porter's death was ruled a homicide. It was ruled a homicide by Ed Winter. So because he said all that, he got fired. But would you look at that?
And this is her saying he died at 73.
It says Jaguar Wright supposedly claimed that there was an autopsy done on Porter, which claimed that there was poison in Porter's body at the time of death. This allegedly meant that her death was ruled as a homicide. However, that autopsy supposedly disappeared. Ed Winter, who was the coroner to celebrities at the time, reportedly did the autopsy results for Porter, and he allegedly ruled it as a homicide. So they fired Ed Winter and replaced him with another coroner, and that coroner came back with she died of natural causes. So nobody knows what Erica Kennedy's official cause of death is. Crazy part is I didn't even know Kimora was the one that found Kim Porter. She lost both of her best friends. One that was directly involved with Diddy and one directly and kind of indirectly involved with him.
Okay. So that was crazy. They said that man died. The man did die at 73, but That's still kind of young. Also, we got to go into and also in the documents, Cassie was saying that she was forced to get breast implants, and then when Diddy didn't like the implants, he had the doctors remove them like almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That doctor ended up driving over a cliff while quote unquote texting on his phone.
The doctor like objected to it and was like, "That's you want me to mutilate this woman?"
So like I said, again, nothing of this is saying that he did or was a part of any of this. Just all freaky coincidence. Then you can get into the Andre Harrell and his passing. I don't know if you ever seen that Jaguar White video where she goes into like all the people who have either died that was around Diddy from like heart conditions or like are facing battling, health issues now. So
the Rolling Stone did a whole article about like his history of violence.
I had that article, same thing.
But like it's like dating back to the 90s. So it starts in 91.
Early, starting off the top of the top of the decade.
I wasn't even born yet. Neither of us were born yet.
Yeah. Starting off the decade strong.
Right? So he was at a college basketball game at the City College of New York where 9 people died and 29 people were injured.
From what?
It was like a trampling because the gym had a capacity of 2,700, but there were like more than 5,000 people in there.
That's a crazy way to die. But yeah,
right?
Don't trample me, my nigga. Kill me like a man.
It was at an event of his. So the New York City administration published a 67-page report called "A Failure of Responsibility" that cited Combs for hiring inadequate, inexperienced security. So off the top, he's indirectly responsible for.
So I wonder.
9 people dying and 29 people being injured.
So I wonder on the Biggie movie. Remember when they fired him from the label?
Yeah.
Was it because of that?
I don't know if
91 is around the time him and Biggie kind of started really taking off.
Probably, yeah.
So, shit. They tried to play that.
We're not 100% sure.
Yeah, we're not sure, but they tried to play that in the movie. Like, Andre Harrell was trying to, like, bro, it's time. You ready?
But they have talked about that, like, a couple times after, though.
Like that, they talked about what?
Like, Andre, like, trying to hinder his career because he didn't want to be replaced by him.
Well, that's not how they made it seem. They made it seem like Andre was trying to put him on, but I mean, it's a movie from Diddy, so. But
yeah,
keep going.
Okay, so in 95, Suge Knight is all over the place. So in 95, Suge Knight and Combs were once friends, but there was a whole rivalry, right? And then there was a incident that happened outside of a nightclub, and a man named Jake Robes was killed outside. It was an Atlanta nightclub after an argument with the Bad Boy Camp. So he was part of Suge Knight's camp, and he was killed. So I'm not gonna like get into all of the details. It's a bunch of people are dying, dropping left and right. So in 98, he attacked Steve Stout. So Steve Stout at the time was Nas's manager, and after on set of Hate Me Now of the music video, he attacks Steve Stout.
Shout out to Steve Stout.
Yeah. Sorry to Steve Stout for that crazy man attacking you, because that's crazy. You should definitely talk about that more now. Let us interview you about it. So in 1999, there was a New York club shooting. So there was Shine, who was signed to him. Let me read it to you.
So this is probably the shooting that got Shine deported, I think.
Yeah, because this is messy. So I'm gonna read this one to you. So he had Shine partying in a club. Diddy knocked a drink out of Scar's hand. Scar got into an argument with Diddy and somehow threw money in Diddy's face. Scar threatened to kill Shine, and then prosecutors allege that amid the fray, all three of them, Texas draw, drew their guns, like the Spider-Man meme.
They all had the pistols out.
Yeah, drew their guns, and Shine shot 3 times in a crowded club allegedly.
He ain't had a strap out, huh?
And 3 people were shot. So all 3 of them bullets found their way to humans.
Did Shine at least had a strap out or nah?
All 3 of them had their straps
at least,
out.
Okay, good. Okay, I knew Shine went out like a real one.
Yeah. So Diddy was arrested with 2 9mm guns
in New York.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Because how does he keep getting away with this stuff?
Well, this is in the 90s too, right?
Yeah, but still,
laws change.
This is 99.
Laws change.
So he was arrested with 2 mm guns and was charged with 4 weapons charges and for bribing his driver to claim that the guns were his.
That sounds like a Diddy move though.
Right? So the scuffle with J. Cole in 2013.
And when he allegedly peed on Drake. He did. I mean, that's what they said. He said they allegedly peed on Drake. Or he smacked him. No, he peed on T.I. homeboy allegedly peed on Drake. Diddy smacked Drake for that song.
Bro, no wonder why Drake is so angry.
It was like, I think 0 to 100 was supposed to be Diddy's song.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong about that. I think it was 0 to 100. It was supposed to be Diddy's song, and basically he didn't want it. And Drake said something to the effect of like, your ear gone, like, you can't hear the hits no more type shit. And Diddy allegedly put hands on that nigga.
That's hilarious.
You don't remember that time when they was like Drake had got slapped and then he had took a picture from one side of his face or whatever?
I do remember Drake getting slapped. I didn't remember that it was Diddy that did it.
Yeah, man, my bad. Didn't put the P on. That was a different story. That was T.I. homeboy.
Jesus Christ. So at the VMA after party in 2013, Combs and J. Cole got into a little scuffle. Everyone says that Diddy was like super drunk and accosted Kendrick Lamar about his verse on Control.
Oh, the King of New York shit.
Yeah. Where he said that when obviously he's not even from New York.
Yeah, I mean Diddy was just in his bag. Yeah,
so he tried to pour a drink on Kendrick before Cole stepped in and they got into a fight. So the New York Post reported that the scuffle occurred after J. Cole was saying inappropriate things to Diddy and his girlfriend Cassie at the time. A witness told them that some pushing and shoving happened. No punches were thrown, but that there was a visible disturbance.
So it's obvious this man has a history of being violent, being aggressive.
Mm-hmm. So next in 2014 is when he allegedly punches Drake. So in December of 2014.
They didn't even add on there when he took the kettlebell to the UCLA coach, allegedly. So something going on with his son when he was playing wide receiver.
That
was next. Oh, okay.
That's 2015.
2015,
so,
okay.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I remember.
So he punched Drake over the rights to the beat of 0 to 100.
I remember.
You always remember. This nigga got elephant memory. So the two got into an argument outside of Club Live during one of DJ Khaled's events at Art Basel. Words were allegedly exchanged and reportedly then blows, with Combs telling Drake, "You will not disrespect me." Combs has denied punching Drake, telling the radio, The Breakfast Club, "I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend." Of course he would say that. You slapped Drake.
Allegedly.
So next is the UCLA coach that he
took that kettlebell to, allegedly.
Yeah. So in June of 2015, he got into a scuffle with a UCLA coach, a football coach.
I want to say
Sal Alasi.
Okay, yeah, it was like a coordinator or something.
Yeah. So he was at a practice where the coach said something to his son, Justin,
mm-hmm.
and then
who I learned isn't his biological son either.
No, that's like whatchamacallit, the light skinned dude. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That don't look nothing like that man.
I always thought it was just Quincy.
No, he just took care of Kim Porter's children, then always continued to claim them.
Got to be wary of the dudes who be bringing in the kids like that, man. They be trying to indoctrinate them.
Yeah, maybe. But okay, so Justin told him, I don't care. Oh, told Justin, I don't care if your dad's here. This is UCLA. I'm going to treat you like I treat everyone else.
Word.
Which is fair. After the practice, Combs and his son reportedly went into his office where they had an argument and Diddy grabbed the coach. What kettlebell?
Oh, no mention. No. When I remember hearing this story, there was mention.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Combs was forcibly removed from the office, then swung a kettlebell at an intern.
Come on. Talk to me. Come on, talk to me.
So, a rep
I need the
for
horns.
him various accounts of events and charges that are being reported are wholly inaccurate. What we can say now is that any actions taken by Mr. Combs were solely defensive in nature to protect himself and his son.
Hey man, his PR team is well worked. He keeps them definitely in business. They pulling out they pushing these shits out like AI.
So next in 2019, his ex
shit don't stop.
Gianna Hyun told Tasha K that she was being abused through their 5-year relationship. She said that he once allegedly stepped on her stomach, causing her to lose her breath, and punched the back of her head.
That was the one that was beefing with Young Miami.
Mm-hmm. Why would you? You know what? Let me continue. So she said he was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one. She's a good one. She also said that everyone in Combs' circle allowed the abuse to occur. That's definitely a thread amongst like powerful men like this that abuse people. Everyone in their camp knows, but everyone's benefiting so much financially and like socially from knowing this person that they're like turning a blind eye to it, which is like so sad.
No, it's horrible.
And then the most recent claims from Cassie.
And
he's been on a rampage since 91 that we know of.
But then like those also include like when you go into details with those, like the fact that he was hiring male prostitutes,
taking pictures of Cassie.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the new allegations include Aaron Hall. I believe he's an entertainer as well. And this nigga got interviews where he dry snitching on himself, talking about all the crazy stuff they was out there doing.
Oh yeah, he definitely, that was disgusting.
Vile behavior.
Yeah.
In the highest order. I'm trying to see, man, like it's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. And they've been killing Young Miami. Every time she posts something. they all in her shit.
One of the nefarious blind items that I enjoy on TikTok say that Young Miami was given a 6-figure salary to just like stay solid, keep posting, especially like her and her children right now. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Just ignore and just keep posting positive family stuff.
Young Miami.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with.
Yeah.
Oh, sex offender. And he was your man's. He was your boy.
Yours.
Yours. He is yours.
That's crazy, man.
You wild behavior.
You ain't feel bad at all?
Not
like,
at
no
all?
Guilt, none of that.
Hey, you had the French tips because it was told to you.
So yeah, Diddy allegedly, there was one of the other things that he likes his women to have white nails on in contrast to the dark skin of the male prostitutes, I guess, that he hires.
He was particular about the male prostitutes is insane behavior.
One of the blind items also said, well, I don't think it was a blind item, but it might have been, that Cassie specifically left out the fact that he was also allegedly maybe engaging with said male prostitutes also.
I mean, we've seen the videos. We've seen them calling niggas daddy and shit.
Okay.
Like we've
you
seen
saw
the
that
videos.
video of him at that party with Kevin Hart, and then he's like, "Oh, don't sit on the bed." Kevin's like, "I'm not gonna sit on the bed. Don't worry." Like,
you know what's up.
Kevin's like, nah, I'm good. And then Usher like pulls up, like with his coat on, he just pulls up. And then Diddy's like, oh yeah, we used to wake up together. And then he's like, pause. We used to because we grew up together, blah blah. When he was 10 and I was a little bit older. How much older?
But didn't Usher mama say there was some funny business going on?
And he was like, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes in the morning. Why was you spending a night with a 10-year-old boy?
And he was like a whole grown man.
Why did you gift Justin Bieber a Lamborghini when he was 12?
Why Justin voice crack when he talked to you? We got questions.
Why when every time your name is brought up in like low celebrity circles, especially around men, they're like, nah, I'm not even touching that. I'm not fucking with that. That's not something I even want to get into. Just stay away from it.
Why you had niggas talking for you, yo? I remember Jackie, nigga from the ATL.
What, you remember the whole no bitch assness thing?
I remember all that. I remember, like I said, no, with Jackie. I think it's Jackie Long.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you was talking for Diddy in the interview. I remember that. That was nasty behavior. Nick, I can't find that on the internet no more. But I remember you was at an award show and you was talking for Diddy. That was nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a grown man. For real. You're a grown man. He was a grown man when this is like right after ATL came out.
Yeah.
So you was up. You didn't have to sack ride at that point.
We don't know if he was up. Maybe that man signed a bad contract.
It was borderline.
He should have been up though.
It was borderline pornography. Like they should have took it off. I see why I can't find it. Yeah. Because it was disgusting behavior.
He had to wipe his mouth off the internet.
He had to wipe his mouth afterwards. It was disgusting. The way he was out here just talking for Diddy. Diddy was just sitting there with a smug face. I remember that, Jackie. Niggas forget. I didn't. I remember.
So now you niggas are about to start saying that Diddy was trying to buy Comcast or Verizon or Viacom or whatever NBC. The fuck. Like, no. Men that have power are disgusting. Rich people are disgusting. That's all it boils down to, regardless of like race.
And even if you was getting consent for this behavior, like the mere fact that it is still slight deviant, you're going to have to pay. Like you're going to be taxed for that behavior, regardless. Because if you want to get down like that, there's going to be cost for that shit. But what I hated the most is some of y'all reactions to this poor girl, Cassie. Excuse me.
There's always backlash when a woman comes out and says that she was abused by someone who made a bop. Or like anything.
He made her bop too. He did. But no, what I'm saying, like just the behavior, people were like, obviously know nothing about civil case. So they're talking about how she doing this for the money. That sounds so ridiculous. Like you can't prove any kind of case like this with any kind of evidence regardless. The fact that he had this girl at least when she was 19 before I think Ryan Leslie was with she was with Ryan Leslie before, probably underage allegedly. And
he wrote mad songs about her being mad heartbroken over a teenager. Y'all are all disgusting.
And so it's just like you can already tell, like, even it's just from a general standpoint, I would hold Diddy to a higher responsibility in all this. But when you actually take a look at the context, like, yo, Slim, you really kind of raised Shawty. If you think about it.
Yeah. That's
like
disgusting.
Through her real formative years, you was like the main nigga that she knew. So I can't but take that, bro. You're responsible in a way for any kind of behavior that was going on around her. And the fact that if you wasn't keeping her, innocence in mind, you out here trying to slut her out crazy.
Someone that's a grown man that wants to be with a 19-year-old isn't gonna like have pure intentions and want to keep her.
And that's a shame. I just said that's a shame. What? That's a shame you can't have pure intentions. Like, it's a shame that
I think it's a shame that the nigga would want to be with a 19-year-old in the first place.
I mean, okay. It's just like I said, I think it's a shame that niggas just can't have pure intentions and just can't keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Like, for real. Like, why you gotta, my thing is this, bro, she legal. Why you gotta do all the nut shit with her, yo? Like, there's women that you could do the nut shit with that gonna be cool with it. I mean, girl, you gonna probably have to pay a tax later on too with them, but I just hate the fact that this nigga Slim Thug went on his fucking,
oh my God,
went on his phone, bro. Slim Thug, you wrote some decent music. Why are you in your phone like a car nigga? Talking to your phone about fucking Cassie. Like,
he don't have nothing to do now.
And then y'all wonder why the women say we don't protect them when y'all do low ball shit like that. Like, you over there really criticizing this woman for talking about her pain when she really had no control of what was going on. Let's be honest. She didn't have no control of what was going on. She didn't have the capability. She didn't have the capacity. She had to grow into that after recovering from her trauma.
Yeah, and she was in that for a very long time.
Y'all can't be these certified niggas y'all claim to be and then hold women to these standards like they niggas. Like, oh, why didn't she? No, that's what a nigga would have did. She a woman, so you got to have a different standard for her.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all niggas can't be like y'all standing all this masculinity BS and then not hold what you believe in accountable. Like, at some point, you got to be able to do that. And for you to get on your platform and do that to this young woman, you clown. Stupid.
That's why women be like, y'all hate women.
I hate check up on it now.
I mean, I hate your verse. The rest
I'm
of that
erasing.
song.
I'm taking you off a check up on it. I'm pulling ice.
I mean, I pull the plug before your verse even.
No, I'm just gonna take him off the
regardless.
song. Just take him off the song. I know how to do that. We just take him off the song. So anytime we play, we ain't got to worry about the fucking Houston thug.
Yeah.
But now you a clown. All y'all niggas who was out here getting on y'all knees for Diddy, y'all nasty. Y'all disgusting, gross men.
Disgusting.
Y'all have scrollums in your mouth, and it's disgusting, and I'm ashamed of you. Did you see that picture with her and Aaliyah, with him and Aaliyah and Andre Howell and Jennifer Lopez and Dame Dash and some other, I think it was his baby mama? They was all in the bed together. It wasn't like no freak shit, but it looked freaky. Like, they all looked like they was under the influence. Again, this is all my observation of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, she had her hand like on Andre Harrell, like in her thigh and like on Diddy leg. Every time I see Aaliyah, I get upset, yo. Cause
that woman was not protected, not one bit.
I feel like she's
every turn
so ran through the industry, like they just had her way with that poor girl, and she didn't have a say in it at all.
No,
like she couldn't say anything. Like that's probably one of the most troubling things about it when you really think about it. Like, cause how are you associated in potential relationships with all these different men? Like, she was with allegedly Andre Harrell, I believe, right? She was with. She dating him? I think I got that wrong. I know Dame Dash. She was allegedly, and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And then I was reading something about her and Diddy. You know, he was Puff at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, this shit is just, it's wild, man. It's wild. And then also too, you know what's funny? I think about like the first actual like Diddy controversy I remember when I was little. It was when the white people was mad that they kids was calling him Puff Daddy. So that's why he changed. Like, I don't know people ought to remember that. That's why he changed to P. Diddy.
They said, we don't want our kids calling a black man
Daddy. That shit was that was the stupidest shit in the world.
Yeah, I could. And then Diddy changing it to, you're pussy.
I mean, that lets you know where
that's what the P is for.
Where he was always aligned with. So a lot of people also aren't aware why this is happening to Diddy and a lot of other people. So there was a Adult Survivors Act, and this was like the last week for you to file any civil suits. So a lot of people have been.
It extended the statute of limitations for if you got assaulted, so you could file up to a couple days ago.
So like of the people that have been charges been pressed. I don't want to charge been pressed. What's the best way to put this? People who have been have cases under this have been like Jamie Foxx.
A lot of people.
Jimmy Iovine, and also Eric Adams. Back in '93, Eric Adams allegedly been a nasty man. I don't know about that Jamie Foxx one though. That Jamie Foxx one's got too many holes. She got a lot of holes in her story, baby girl. You gotta clean that one up for me, girl.
Eric Adams is Haitian, and I want to be, but he do give me rapey energy. Honestly, I wouldn't.
That's an opinion.
I wouldn't be surprised. He gives me, you didn't want to give it to me. I'm gonna take it. Like, he gives me that. He's, bitch, you didn't want to give me what?
Like that.
Like he gets mad about it.
Like the Jamie story it sounded weird, but like I'm not here to criticize victims. It was just.
What was the Jamie story?
It was like that he took her up to stairs on like this rooftop thing, and he started trying to like finger bang her and shit like that, and I don't know, it was just odd, man. It was just
someone could forcibly try to put their fingers
but
in your
I'm saying
vagina.
his people said that she didn't try to get money out of him before, so that's why it's like
she's tried to get for this exact thing.
For similar things, yeah. He had something that was the case. I guess either was thrown out or he was, found. Okay.
I mean, if they can prove a history of her trying to extort him, then this is definitely immediately going to be thrown out.
Like I said, my thing is like this, bro. When you rich, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, my nigga. So if you didn't do some stuff and a chick put that on your name, you got to fight it. If you don't fight it, I'm gonna think you guilty. Real shit.
Yeah.
If you don't fight no cases like this, I'm gonna think you guilty. And niggas, this shit, you can still go through it and niggas still guilty like Derrick Rose. They mean to bring you back up, dog, but I'm sorry. That's what niggas be saying about you, dog. That shit is wild. For real, that's what niggas be saying about you, dog. They said you was out there.
Bring you back up, dog.
They said you was they said you was
Yes,
tapping
you
up
did.
jurors, my nigga. That shit crazy.
You definitely meant to bring him back up.
Yeah, you can't be dapping no jurors. That's fucking nuts. All right, so let's get to some. I just think we should just.
Derrick Rose is the hotep, right?
He looked like a hotep, but he got a white woman. He dated.
No, but the one with the hotep values.
I don't know if he got hotep values. I've never seen him.
Is he the one that shared the anti-Semitic thing with the stuff?
That's Kyrie Irving.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
Them niggas do got that dirty nigga look to them though. They both got that same dirty nigga look.
Yup, and Cam Newton.
Cam Newton adopted that though. He didn't start like that.
Okay, how
Well,
you adopt?
Kyrie didn't start like that either. So
How you adopt a dirty nigga look?
They all adopted it because if you look at all of them when they first came in the league, they was all clean cut niggas. So they all adopted. So since we into this world, let's keep it. So we've been watching the Suge Knight podcast.
We have been for y'all.
We have been watching for because we've actually been enjoying this shit. I want to say this.
Suge Knight is spilling the tea.
Oh
my God.
He's going crazy. I want to say this. I was a sheep in the Diddy media, in the Diddy propaganda, the propaganda Diddy that was making this man Suge look like a monster. And I want to say, sir, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe you're a stand-up man. And
I feel like maybe, just maybe, what a black man who isn't tap dancing for nobody and literally is standing on business might look like that. And with people like this who literally don't give a shit about you and they have the whole system is rigged against you, you gotta knock a couple heads together. And maybe this is what that looks like. Maybe Suge Knight is who that is.
Potentially. And like I will say this. Again, sir, none of this comes off as disrespect. All I want to say is I can understand, a man of your astute business acumen and also just, overall honor when it comes to street code. And I believe whatever you're behind bars with was an honest mistake. And
there is video evidence.
I just want to say it was an honest mistake.
Listen, it wasn't a mistake. You meant that shit, but that nigga deserved it. And
he didn't. No, he didn't. Not the nigga he killed.
Oh, no.
Not the nigga he killed.
Yeah, that was an accident. Oh, yeah, that's
what I'm saying. It was an honest mistake.
It was an honest mistake. The man that you actually ended up killing.
But I respect that you doing your time and you standing on business.
You have no choice.
Honest mistake. So we gonna get into this shit you've been dropping off, man. This nigga been out here slick. Can you be an OG and dry snitch?
Is he dry snitching?
He been teetering the line, my nigga.
Because he hasn't been like.
Can we look? Whoa.
All of the crimes that he's been telling us that people have committed.
It's past the statute of limitations.
But he also helped these people get off.
Oh yeah.
He was an integral part of them not going to jail for the things that he's telling us. So no, it's not snitching. Because I
feel like that's definitely snitching.
No. Let me tell you my example. Because if I'm your mom and you do some crazy shit, right? And I help you get out of trouble and I call your auntie and I'm calling up everybody that's my business.
I feel like telling your auntie and putting it on YouTube slightly different. So let's talk about the aesthetics of this podcast before we dive into deep into more information. So when you see this, because he is incarcerated, they obviously can't have like a video chat, which I'm pretty sure they probably could, but they don't have a video chat set up. So they have it where they're recording the audio through the phone, but they have animated figures of Suge and the gentleman that's with him.
They're AI.
Shout out to Breakbeat. Y'all got the mouth flaps and everything, yo. Like, that shit on point. I feel like I'm watching like a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going into a prison and this man is telling me a story that just so happens to have a lot of truth to it.
Yeah.
But the aesthetic is cool. I thought at first we was laughing about it. We thought we was going to joke about it. Then we saw that what you was out here doing. So he's like, no, we're not going to joke on this nigga. But that shit look cool after
There's
a while.
like little clips in it too.
So if you're a guest, do you get the anime version too? Like, or just out? Because he hasn't had any guests yet.
They haven't had any guests yet.
So I want to see that.
They also say that like if you have any suggestions for like how to better it, you can like fully just write in and let them know.
Yeah, we definitely gonna write in. You should.
Yeah. Do you think that? Do you have any suggestions?
Maybe be him a different fit. Like, he ain't got to be in the jail fit if it's animated, my nigga. Like,
yeah.
Put that nigga in some J's.
Yeah, give him some drip. Like, he don't got to. But if
you
like,
can put him in some Paru attire.
I guess they want it to feel like you're sitting and having the interview with him in real time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a collect. It's called collect calls.
Yeah, that's what he would currently be wearing.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you could change it up. Like, put a little different fit in, you know what I'm saying? LA State, you know, on there.
I do want y'all to have more guests,
Rikers.
but I don't know if it's just
different
the
prisons.
guests. I don't know if it's just the guests that are afraid of like having these conversations with him.
Oh, they're definitely shook. And then, like I said, there's a Diddy. This is like the older version of NBA YoungBoy and Dirt, where it's like one person has a lot of pull in the industry, so it affects people actually doing that. Like, I'm surprised Breakbeat Media is even doing this. Like, I was shocked when I seen that, because like, I mean, they're not, like I said, they don't have necessary ties, but you could put yourself,
they can do what they want.
You can put yourself in bad favor with other entities because, this nigga, they do the Suge podcast. We can't fuck with them niggas.
Don't Call Me White Girl is the only platform that I
Marco
listen to. Well, is he still on Breakbeat? Aren't they suing him?
Yeah, they're suing him, but yeah, his content still be coming out on there.
Okay, so I mean that's good content, and so is Don't Call Me White Girl. So they 3 for 3 in my book.
So let's talk about some of the stuff Suge, man. Suge snitched on Snoop.
Did he snitch on Snoop though?
He said that he did it.
But he went to jail for it, didn't he?
No, Snoop,
no, he did. He got off for it.
Yeah, but Snoop said he did it.
Did Snoop ever deny doing it?
I mean, that's what happened when you say I'm saying I'm not guilty. I didn't do this.
Nah, Snoop been insinuating in music for mad long that he did that shit.
Nah, dog. Snoop didn't. Snoop was trying to get off on that shit. That nigga Snoop did that. Oh my God. Then he said Diddy slapped up some chick. That's part of his team. Talking about he whooped her ass.
Yeah, he said Dre did it. Dr. Dre did it all the time, and he had to get Dre out of jail for beating up some other woman.
Yo, y'all niggas is insane, man. What's up? Why can't y'all keep y'all hands to yourself?
But we knew that Dr. Dre was physically abusive.
Yeah, there was a lot of allegations.
His
baby
mom.
She did, yeah. There was definitely a lot. But, this man should. Like, if you haven't
it's
checked
not even
it out,
allegations at this point. He hits women. Dr. Dre puts his hands on women.
Make sure you send that to Breakbeat. send that cease and desist to Breakbeat.
Like, if Suge Knight said it, I'm standing on that.
We standing on Suge business. But
yep.
no, I want to get Suge on the show. We can't do the animated little cartoon, but I can put a little picture on you with a little line jumping up when you talk.
Suge is not about to do our show when he just launched his own shit. We probably gotta go on his shit and ask him questions.
I'm down with it. I can ask you.
Breakbeat. Let us come ask Suge some questions from like a.
You ain't gotta animate us.
A millennial fans point of view.
Yeah, like what we saw you of Suge Knight and what really are, what you really are. You know what I'm saying?
Because we younger, so.
And then, my man, the only reason he got 28 years that he doing, and 6 of them I think he got because he did a third strike. California got a third strike law.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that.
You ever seen that movie 3 Strikes?
No.
That shit was insane. Y'all haven't seen that movie? That movie's funny as fuck. All right, man. Hey, so we definitely gonna do some more reviews of that. But no, let's get into some more podcast beef. Gilbert Arenas Miko Grimes. Are you familiar with Miko Grimes?
I have no idea who that is.
So she got really popular, especially during the early social media era, like Twitter and stuff. She is a football wife to Brent Grimes. Grimes. He is pretty much from, most notable stops was the Dolphins and the Falcons. But she was a regular guest on Gilbert Arenas' podcast during the first season. And what happened was she's no longer on the show now. So a lot of people been wondering what's going on, because she's a good personality. Like, she had been out of the limelight for a while because she, like I said, she had a lot to say. She was a lady who was always going to tell you about how she felt about sports. She was always big on the player side, but just due to the fact that, like, she just got treated a lot of negative ways, she kind of just pulled back from the industry until Gilbert, pulled her back in. So basically the thing that goes on with this is, if you watch the show, I've been watching the show since it came on. It's been a lot of heated discussion with her, Rashad McCants and all that, but that wasn't what the main thing of this interview was. So she did an interview with Entirely NBA where she talked about why she left Gilbert Arenas' podcast. And the reason why she left the podcast, and what she said, was because Brandon Jennings had ties to Karl Malone. They called Karl Malone a pedophile on one of the episodes, and they wanted her to apologize for it.
Is Karl Malone a pedophile?
So Karl Malone, basically, this is what happened. He was 21 years old. This is the story that, you can look it up, Google it. But he was 21 years old. He had relationships with a 13-year-old. There was a baby that was produced from this. That baby
definitely a pedophile.
That baby ended up going to the NFL, playing for like 5 or 6 seasons. And he had no contact with her. That lady had a poor life after that, even though he's the number 3 scorer in NBA history. Like that's how good this thing was.
That's crazy.
But they called him a pedo. Gilbert Arenas made some jokes, and Brandon Jennings, this nigga Gilbert, bro, I'm about to get on you in a little bit. This nigga Gilbert, Brandon Jennings' girlfriend, has ties to Karl Malone. So they wanted them to apologize. Gilbert apologized. She refused to apologize.
As she shouldn't, because if I call you a pedophile and you're a pedophile, then you gotta just lay in your pedophile bed.
Brandon Jennings then said some things that she took to be threatening. So
what did he say?
He basically was like, "Oh, it's personal. You better watch out." All this kind of. Basically, she said language that she took as threatening. Mm-hmm. The reason why she took it as threatening is because she know who Brandon Jennings is. She's familiar with them. They were friends. He's an ex-basketball player too.
Okay. Why would his history or anything about him be threatening?
So I will say this. I'm not going to put nothing on this man's jacket, but I used to follow him when I was in high school on MySpace. When he was in high school.
Throwback.
Yeah. And this nigga would post pictures with him with a red rag around his face, throwing 3 fingers up and making a circle with his index and thumb. You can do that at home, ladies and gentlemen. You do the math. He's from California.
He was throwing up bees.
So you can say whatever you want in regards to that. Again, I ain't gonna put nothing on that nigga jacket, but that's why she, had reason to believe that any kind of threat he may give to her, it could be followed through, and also she knew where he stayed at. Like, they was cool at one point. Like, she said this used to be her friend. They had a falling out because she was cool with his old baby mama, his first baby mama. Mm-hmm. And whatever happened between them probably led to their falling out. And then him and her got cool again for the show. Mm-hmm. And then that's where, once the Karl Malone thing happened, this is what I didn't like. Gilbert Arenas then responds on his channel and on his own personal channel. This is why I didn't like Gilbert. This nigga Gilbert redirects everything that she says, because he watches the clip over and tries to skim over that, where he says, well, the apology was just because this is your friend. Your friend said you hurt them. Why wouldn't you apologize? And then goes to try to make it seem like everything else that she was saying, the real reason why she left was because she had a problem with another guy on the show who she said had fake J's, Rashad McCants. The reason why that's funny, he went to the University of North Carolina, which is the same college Michael Jordan went to. So wearing fake J's is a fucking crime when you do that. But really what happened was he did have some fake looking J's, but it was his clothing line. And they were clowning him on it on the live show. Mm-hmm. And she didn't know that was his clothing line. He took that as real offense and then stopped talking to her. Like the whole time, like anytime she talked on the show, he would just disregard what she was saying, wouldn't respond.
That's not only petty and sassy as fuck, nigga. That's unprofessional.
It was bad, yeah. So some of those episodes got bad.
You could not talk to me for a second until the cameras turn on, and then we gotta have chemistry. Like you gotta act like there's nothing happening.
Yeah, that's what she said she wanted to do.
That's really bitchy.
But she did kind of know, because she was saying on one of the last episodes she was there that they did dap up after the show. Like they did kind of get to a point where, hey, we're going to do this so that the show's good, but we don't have to talk behind the scenes. But the thing was that she was scared because of Brandon Jennings and that
I can
connection.
understand. She's the only woman.
But let me get back to what Gilbert do. No, you're right. She was the only woman there, too. But just hold your point one more time. So this is what I'm going to say. This is what this nigga Gilbert did. And this is why I didn't like what you did, Gilbert. You kept doing the whole time through your live, kept trying to make it seem like it was about her and McCants. And you know that's not what it was about. She said, even when she said it, that was some real tap dancing you was doing, dog. I like it. I respect it. But that was some tap dancing, bro. You was really on that bull. But what you about to say about her being the only woman?
I can completely understand her feeling like she was in danger if you're the only woman there and then you say something.
Mm-hmm. And she was willing to come back.
And then everyone wants you to apologize instead of standing behind you and protecting you.
Yeah, she said there was a real big blow up between her and Gilbert because she said that none of y'all protect me. None of y'all said anything. She wanted Brandon to be removed from the show. Mm-hmm. But the problem is this. Brandon Jennings was already one of the early people who signed on with the show, and he got them an interview with Steph Curry. So he was kind of like, we can't really remove you because you're bringing so much value to the show. Yeah. But what I want to ask this is, because you kind of touched on it a little bit, do you feel like there is a world where if I offend somebody, if I offend you because somebody in your family did something wrong in regards to sexual violence, do you feel like the gloves are off then that person can be shitted on at any time? Or do you think it needs to be some like level of decorum?
I was trying to follow the question, but I lost it at the end.
So basically, like, you got a homegirl, her grandfather was a Catholic priest. He touched on little boys. It's well known. Is it all right to make a joke about Catholic priests around her touching little boys? Or making comments about shitting on, like, saying like, oh, Catholic priests to be such and such, you know, like, is that wrong? Like, I know you did something, sexual violence, either with children or a woman.
If we're friends, then I'm probably we're friends, and I'm basing this off of you do not agree with the behavior that your family member did, right? So you don't like the fact that your grandfather priest was a pedophile. So no, I'm probably not going to make jokes about it off of just like respect for you, because that's a painful thing for you. Mm-hmm. That's an embarrassing thing for you, and you're ashamed of it.
And I think another thing to note too, what sparked it off was Rashad McCants was trying to promote Karl Malone's cigars. And that's where the comments about him being a pedophile and them joking off from. So again, in that situation where it's like,
but also at the same time, if you're my friend and your grandfather was a pedophile and we have a podcast,
probably shouldn't promote his cigars.
If you bring him up, I might make that joke for content. And you got to take that on the chin. Like,
that's why I don't feel like she should have had to apologize.
Like, you got to take that on the chin. Because not only was he actually a pedophile, the cameras are rolling. Content, baby. We got to make this magic.
And at the end of the day, once you bring his name up and you know his name is muddy, like, you really put whatever on, bro. You could have just been like, hey, this is an ex-NBA player's cigar. Don't worry about who it is. Just support, yada, yada, and it's over with.
I wouldn't even put myself in the position to come on my platform and tell y'all to support somebody that has those types of allegations, especially proven. Like, that's something that you have to do on your own personal platform. Like, if there's other people involved, then you can't do that. You got to ask for permission to do that.
There's a kid involved. Like, it wasn't like this was an allegation that this was never substantiate. Like, bro, there's a child.
Yeah, once there's a child that
documents
the proof.
All this. Like, that's why it's like, to me, I feel like if you're a person and notable and we're in this lifestyle and your person who you're associated with has done something vile like that, they're like, I'm not taking the gloves off with them. Like, I'm not apologizing to them. I'm not apologizing to hurting your feelings. Like, that is what accountability looks like. I'm sorry for people who aren't aware, but like, if you do something and your family receives the effects of that, that's part of your accountability.
Yeah.
Like, so that's what you did. Those are the actions that you put out into the world.
You got to take that on the chin. In situations like this are why black women be feeling like they are not protected by black men.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Gilbert even like
specifically.
He even said that how he erased it out of the episode. So they do live episodes, and when they put it back on the YouTube, he scraped that part of the episode. He also scratched out some of the live that I watched about this because I guess he revealed Brandon Jennings' girlfriend's connection to Karl Malone.
You should record them things when you watch.
No, I watched it late. I already came in late. So when I was watching it late, I couldn't, it was already gone.
Go back. Okay.
He already scrubbed it. This nigga's quick. That's why I be trying to watch this shit early now. Like, I try to watch it while it's going on live.
And record it while you're watching it so we can play that shit back.
Yeah, we can bring it out. Because they've been doing a lot of shit. Because she was even saying, like, they were even, like, taking shots at her. Because he did say this. He said, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. And they kept saying that on the show. Like, the next episode and all that other stuff. Like, so she felt, I feel her. Like,
yeah, so then you were taunting her at the same time. After
it was really corny.
Like, that's really,
It was mad corny. He was
I don't like that.
And he was like, said, Gilbert, you my mans. I watched you growing up as a kid, but that was corny the way you threw her under the bus like that. You knew it was fucked up. You knew what
it's really disheartening how y'all be moving sometimes. Like, I know the divide between black men and women is mostly on social media. In real life, it's not really that apparent to me. But situations like this make it real life apparent, and I don't like situations that make it real life apparent. Yeah. That y'all like just genuinely don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, it's sad, bro. Like I'm not out here gonna be defending nasty.
And this woman, like she left this space. You made her feel like it was safe to come back in, and then completely left her.
And she was traveling from Florida to California to shoot.
Like, that's a long way.
That's a lot.
Yeah, y'all left her high and dry when she needed y'all the most to, like, step up and be like, nah, she don't have to apologize to you. This is fucked up. And Gilbert, you had that power to be like, no, both of y'all are staying here. She's not apologizing. Y'all are going to interact on camera. Y'all don't have to be friends. That's it.
Yeah, and like I said, she was cool with the whole Rashad. It was just her and Brandon Jennings where she said she didn't want to record with him anymore.
Yeah.
Because he brought his girlfriend there, and like I said, she was the line between him and Karl Malone. So like I said, I'm with you, Miko. Gilbert, man, you got to clean up your act, man. That shit's not cool. That shit's not cool at all. All right, so we can just stay on the NBA real quick because I've been having a lot of issues, and it's been taking me a lot not to respond to this. Because a lot of people have been talking about this Josh Giddey situation. I don't know if you're familiar. He's a guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he's had allegations.
I'm like, I don't know who that is.
He's a guard. He's just a white guy. But he's been having these allegations that have not been at this these allegations that have this time not been substantiated, where they've said he was involved with an underage girl. Mm-hmm. So what's been coming out so far is this is what's been said at this point. So he's from Australia. So he's from overseas. There's been another former number one pick named Andrew Bogut who went on his podcast and talked about what he knew. This is what the story is like. The girl basically lied to him about her age. Mm-hmm. He notified the league once, whatever happened with them. He told the league what was happening. And at this point right now, the girl and her family are not cooperating with authorities. So while this been going on, this basically happened from a random account. They just put this information out here. There was pictures of him and the girl, some captions on them, and it went out like wildfire. People was going around trying to see if they associated who this girl was, what school she went to, all this. Nobody's been able to do a proper ID of this girl. And for the whole week that this has been going on, everybody's been like, why y'all not talking about it? Why y'all not saying this? If he was black, y'all would be shitting on him, all this other stuff. And
There's no information.
That's what I'm saying. You niggas are stupid. You niggas are fucking stupid. It's a nigga I went to school with. I seen this nigga say some stupid ass shit talking about, if they don't bring back Ja, I'm going to nut up on the NBA. Nigga, why? Why would they do that? What heck? The girl not even talking now.
Is Ja Morant not playing basketball anymore?
He's suspended for 25 games for actually doing something. He pulled out a fucking gun twice after being told not to. Like, come on. Like, y'all niggas, I understand. There is real racism going on here. But y'all country ass niggas can't decipher it anymore.
Yeah, y'all need to stop doing that because this is actual racism. There's nothing for
there's nobody
there's
talking
nothing for them to report on. There's no information.
There's nobody saying. There's no police that right now they're doing an investigation on it right now. But at the time that this was coming out, there was no police. There was no family members. Her mama wasn't saying that nigga did nothing to her. Nobody was saying anything. Nothing was going. There was nothing to talk about. Y'all want niggas to get sued. Like, what do y'all want from me? I understand. If there's a white nigga and there's a one girl saying, with her mama, standing on the news saying, Josh Giddey touched my daughter, I'm on your side. Get that nigga.
I pray for the downfall of white men on a regular basis.
But if the girl can't even say nothing, if her mama can't say nothing.
I was about to say, not if he ain't do shit, but let me shut up.
It's just crazy. So this is what I got from my research. So this is what sources have been telling me is what happened. Is that it did happen like over a year ago where they met. So she was a little bit younger. It was like, a year ago. He was like 19 or 20. She was, I guess, either 15, 16, somewhere around that age. A friend set them up together. Mm-hmm. And she lied about her age. Again, this is what my sources have been telling me. She lied about her age. So whatever happened to him.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And then he went to the league and potentially may have paid some people law, huh?
Allegedly.
Huh? But this is what people don't understand. Even if they got an NDA, like if he did a crime, they can still break that shit, no problem. You can't sue him.
Police don't care about an NDA.
I promise you, man, he gave that country ass girl some money. Her and her little country ass mama some money. Hey, they straight. They got Josh Giddey jerseys on the wall.
Well, probably not.
Signed.
Probably would auction them off.
Signed.
All right.
I got a question though. Do you feel like men should get in trouble if they do their due diligence and get in the card and all that other stuff? She got a fake ID.
Well, if I don't know, I feel
or should
like
you just be able to smell that pussy young?
At this point, you need to be able to smell it.
You gotta be able to make sure that
because
you got a few more years. You got a little more ripe on. You gotta.
You can tell. Can you not tell?
My thing is this, like. Y'all think my thing is this. Hold on,
the buccal fat be still right there. Like a young face, there are very specific features.
But she 15, 16
that are like you can't contour that away, baby girl. Like you're 15. Like you're gonna be 15. You're 15 with big titties, but you're still 15. You look like a 15-year-old.
But we gotta remember this nigga 21. He was like 21 when this happened. Like It's not a crazy
gap.
My thing is like you're asking him to recognize something that's 5 years different. Like she's a woman now. Like she's coming into her physical body.
She's not a woman.
Okay, she's coming into her physical body. When I say she's a woman, I'm just saying she could procreate. She coming into her physical body. I can see where you could be like, I didn't know. Like shit, I'm 19. I'm 20 years old, coming from Australia, halfway around the world. My man's put me on this. We in a club that you got to get carded. Like.
I've never been attracted to somebody that I accidentally find out is younger.
But, I mean, you're a girl. There's certain things that you're, like, as a guy, I promise you, like, I'm about to say some fucked up shit. As a guy, and you not really looking at a girl personality. Like, she just talking. When she's saying stuff, she just making noise. So you're not really telling the difference. She 25 or 15. You don't give a fuck. You just trying to think about how can I get my dick in her mouth.
You need to take a picture of the ID. So
but even if, I'm just saying, even if you got that don't matter. And
take a picture of the ID.
But I'm saying
if it's fake, you could be like, this is what she showed me. I thought she was of age.
That shit don't matter.
That's what y'all need to do.
That shit don't matter. They still gonna throw you in the pound.
No, they not.
Yes, they will. They don't care if she lied. You have to know. In most states, you have to know. That is your job as the adult.
If I agree with for identification, is that not me doing my due diligence? Is that not proof that I did it?
It don't matter, nigga. You need to know. You need to smell. Like you said, nigga, you need to smell that pussy. Make sure that shit of age.
You need to
gotta count the rings. You gotta count the rings on that pussy.
Yeah, you gotta go to all the schools in the area and ask for her name and her records.
For real. But no, literally. I'm saying like y'all make it seem like, oh, how could y'all? These niggas are not, especially at that age where you focused on one thing, you just trying to bust a nut on her face. I'm sorry. Try to get him, but you gotta be smart.
I've never come across a nigga.
You know what? I think I might have to concede a point now. I see why these niggas go with the old broads. At least you know she legal. You ain't gotta be no confusion.
They go with the old broads because she has skills.
You know the miles on it.
She has
a
certain level of discretion that younger girls don't have.
Not necessarily. We saw what happened with Zion.
With the porn star?
Yeah, she ain't had no discretion.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a Bernice, you know, like a respectable hoe.
It's hard.
Not a down low nasty hoe like Mariah. Like we're not talking about that.
Respectable hoes a dime a dozen, just like the niggas with money.
You see what she look like?
Who, Mariah?
Yes.
I've seen her work.
She don't even like herself.
I mean, I don't really like watch her too often because she only really sleep with white men on camera.
I can't watch her at all.
And
even if she slept
got too much makeup on too.
No, her face and her body are both mutilated and disgusting.
It used to be straight when she first started. Like I remember early Mariah, she was straight when she first started.
Nah, she's always looked disgusting.
But yeah, y'all niggas need to understand, like niggas gotta actually have stories and sources and things that they can substantiate before they go out here and just start putting shit on niggas' jackets. But don't get me wrong, like me and my wife, we love to shit on white men. So if there was an opportunity to shit on this nigga,
one of my favorite things,
we would have took on it. But what y'all gotta understand about us, we not Muslim, we not Jewish, we Paru.
I did not think. I was like, where is he going with this? Because he not Christian or any of that other nature either.
Yo, Chris Brown is a fucking sicko. Yo, like, really? That was your response? My nigga, you could have just not said nothing. You with your mans? Y'all in Dubai? Talking about fucking Jewish bitches? You didn't even have to respond. What the fuck? Just why? Why are you telling us you're Paru? What sense does that make?
He wanted us to know so bad.
Bro, you're almost 40. Like, it's not a retirement plan?
Yeah, that's kind of pathetic.
Like, I'm just saying, like, at some point.
To be a gangbanging 40-year-old?
Like, there gotta be a pension in gangbanging.
Like, if you're not if you're not dead or in jail by now, nigga, you gangbanged wrong. But why are you 40 and gangbanging freely? Nigga, you barely gangbanged.
But also, we gotta forget
you gang tapped.
But you gotta remember, you forgot. He started late. He started at like 25. You can't gangbang at 20. He got years to make up.
He wasn't really gangbanging for real.
He got years to make up.
That nigga was
he paying dues.
Flipping on stages high off coke.
He's paying dues though. Like most definitely. Like to be a 25-year-old paying dues to a gang is insane. Like you paying first year dues at 25? Like that's some shit you paying in high school. That's some shit you paying like that used to be like what used to get niggas.
Bro, who pays dues to gangs? Is that a thing that people do?
Yes, nigga. I didn't know that either until when I was in high school I learned that.
Did you do that?
I wasn't in no gang, nigga. I was a good kid.
Okay.
I wasn't out here with those fucking doing that niggerdom.
So you gotta
niggas used to collect like a couple $100 from niggas a week.
Like the Divine Nine?
Yo, niggas had to pay dues in the gang in high school. You had to come up with the money. Like I guess it was like their incentive to be like a motivator and an entrepreneur.
Oh my God.
Like, I think that's what they were trying to do. Swear to God.
No.
Swear to God.
Nah.
Swear to God.
I'm not buying it.
Swear to God. That's what they was doing. Like I think that was what they was like. It was a motivation for that. But niggas got their ass whooped. If like you didn't pay your dues, like you see a nigga walk around with a black eye. You be like, damn, bro, like you ain't had that 25 that week. You knew when a nigga didn't have his due money.
That's crazy.
Nigga used to be walking around looking sick at school. That shit used to be funny as hell.
Yeah, there was gang activity in my school, but it was mostly MS-13.
Oh yeah, we had when I was in school in Maryland, MS-13 was a thing, and then when I came down here where I was at, it was a lot of Crips and GDs.
Oh yeah,
nigga, Jeezy had a hold of the city. BMF was just a thing too, so like that's why it was a lot of that going on where I was at.
Yeah, New York, it's a lot of blood niggas. It's Crip niggas too.
I be trying to have mercy on Chris Brown, but like that nigga make it so easy, yo. I could really just go on a whole shitting spree on this nigga. Like we could just shit on this nigga for half an hour.
He's so shittable.
Like,
Shit-onable.
He just do corny shit all the time.
Consistently.
Like you didn't have to tell us that. Like why? Should we read it?
Read what?
Should I read it in my Chris Brown voice? By him being Paru.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm about to show y'all a little breezy, baby. All right, so according to Chris Brown's official Instagram, let me make this clear. Before y'all use me as a pawn, I'm Paru. I ain't Muslim or Jewish. So don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. I'm trying to be peaceful. But please don't wake up the demon in me.
Oh, no.
Go on about your fucking day.
Boo.
That's what Chris Brown said, yo. Chris Brown wasn't having y'all tomfoolery.
He really said, don't start none, won't be none.
He did bring that back.
Ew. Wow. Chris Brown is old and corny now?
It's definitely it's definitely feeling like that.
It's
like,
giving.
You an old Paru.
It's giving Uncle Brown.
You an old Paru pimp.
Uncle Brown, you know, he used to put his hands on women and he used to do the booger sugar back in the day, but now, you know, he just yells.
He's a pimp in red uniform.
He used to do backflips.
That's what they said Paru meant. Pimp in red uniform. For real. For real. Niggas don't know. Niggas don't know.
I don't like that there's a that's an acronym. I don't like that y'all did that. I feel like as a gang, y'all shouldn't dibble and dabble in acronyms and cute.
All the acronyms got them.
Cute little adorable shit like that.
GDs was growth and development. Crips is like community.
GDs was growth and development?
Yeah.
Well, they did start out as like.
And then like Crips is like
community organizations.
Crip was like community restoration or something like that. Hold on, I'm
improvement.
Something like that. It was hold on. Let me bring up the
platform.
We about to do the gang acronyms. Let y'all know. Blood had one too. Hold on, let me see. Crip stand.
Brothers leading another.
Oh shit. I looked up crib. Stupid ass nigga. That's what I was like. Niggas, they shouldn't have gave niggas cell phones, yo. Community revolution in progress.
Wow.
That's what Crip stand for.
And now y'all do the complete opposite. Y'all hold y'all communities back from progress.
That's what Tukey was standing on. And then blood is brotherly love, overcome, overrides, and destruction. What?
I mean, I was right about the B standing for brotherly.
Brotherly love overcomes, overrides, and destruction. That don't sound positive at all. I see why you needed community restoration, revolution.
I feel like
progress.
I feel like there was
they
some
need to
Haitians,
stop you niggas.
There was some Haitians in that group. They were like, "And destruction."
You know what's the funniest gang of that?
Brotherly love and destruction.
You know what's the funniest gang that I never got to meet someone from? Like I met an MS-13 before. I met Crips and Bloods.
You never met a Zoe?
I met Zoes before.
Okay.
I met Zoes before. I've never met a Latin King.
Ooh, I've met Latin Kings.
Yeah, they in New York. Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like Latin Kings was like a real gang. I just felt like that was just like folks of like a similar heritage just linking up.
Yeah.
It wasn't right.
There's a bunch of Puerto Rican niggas.
Yeah, bunch of Puerto Rican niggas, but niggas that knew Spanish together. Like, all right, nigga, these niggas is on the block, yo. Let's get them off.
Because MS-13, they're from El Salvador most
them niggas
of the time. They're Salvadorians.
Yeah, them niggas psyched out though. MS-13. I remember That was like the gang that used to get the crazy like propaganda when I was growing up was MS-13. Oh, they'll cut your tongue out and all this crazy ass shit they was on. They used to show us all the picture with them with the tattoos, like the famous 1-3 on the nigga face and all that shit.
I hadn't heard of MS-13 that much until I moved to Long Island.
Nah, MS-13 was crazy.
And then there was mad at him in my high school.
Yeah, them niggas a little. That's what they used to be on.
You sounded like a turkey.
That's how one of the niggas I used to know when I used to live up there used to be on that shit. He be like, I used to say some like crazy ass Mexican ass shit or something, going wow, boy, nigga.
It probably wasn't even Mexican.
He probably wasn't.
Sorry to the Mexicans.
It probably was something, nigga. He was saying something crazy. All right, so hey, let me give me my praises, man. Give me my fucking praises, show. I said this shit was what was going on with these people. And y'all didn't need to start listening to the pod guy, yo. Like, I'm really him with it. Now, I don't like to talk down on folks and their relationships, but I said what was going on with these people, with Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Mm-hmm. She even took my shit bar for bar. She took my shit. I don't know what you want from me.
I hate when he's right.
I don't know what y'all want from
like
me.
This.
I don't know what y'all want from a real nigga.
Look at how wide open his. Look
what
at
do y'all want from a real nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga?
The width of his arms is the amount of audacity he has.
She had to dim her light for this nigga. This nigga told her, I don't want you to work, but then I also want you to make money. This nigga was a confusing ass Negro. But I don't want to
invest in these stocks, bitch.
Crypto. I don't believe in this though, cause you know why? That man Iman went on there and said he don't want his woman to pay for nothing, yo. Y'all trying to slander my nigga name in these divorce documents. So if y'all haven't heard, private documents from Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert came out. They were released and everybody got to see what was going on. She called my man a narcissist. She called him basically like a selfish individual. She said she had to dim her light for him to keep her marriage harmonious. He was asking for things that just wasn't possible. He wanted a girl at home and he wanted her to make money while at home. Nigga was wilding. And I think this is all made funnier because he has that viral video talking about how, oh, you know, man, a real man, we don't want y'all to pay for nothing. Yeah, y'all can have y'all little career and all that other stuff, but we ain't even worried about all that. Cap. Nigga was out here stressing shawty for the change.
That's probably why he was so loud about it.
Yeah, using niggas that's that loud. Yeah, using niggas that loud about it ain't really holding it down. But I will say this. I'm gonna shoot you a little bit of bail, Iman. Because I know when these documents come out, the lawyers are the ones writing this. They got to, add a little sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? They got to add a little spices on there. I seen you was disrespected in that home. I seen them clips. I seen the way that little girl talked to you.
His daughter?
That don't feel good.
How'd she talk to him?
Like he wasn't a daddy. Like that was her brother. That's how she was talking to youngin. Like that was her brother.
Maybe they just got some badass kids.
No, I ain't gonna put that.
Because
we ain't putting that on the children.
Sometimes.
We ain't putting that on the children.
Not the little one, but Junie does give that sometimes.
We ain't putting that on this children. This man going through turmoil at home. That little girl didn't have no reverence from her father, and I feel bad for bruh. He didn't deserve that. He didn't ask for that. But she was out there talking about this her mama house, like. Talking about she'd kick that nigga out.
This is my mama house.
That ain't what I'm about.
She sound like you.
That's what I say my daddy house.
Yeah, she sound like you, but the opposite.
You know where I got that from?
What?
ATL. And when his uncle was trying to talking about, oh, this my house. Did my dad house. That's what he said. That's what T.I. said in my dad.
That's what he be saying to his mama. Exactly like that, too.
Got to let her know. I'm like King. This is our shit. We already in it now. We might as well just talk about this. We can go. We already in it. You made me do the T.I. reference. I'm like King. I'm telling my mom I gotta stand on business. So
that shit was so difficult to watch.
Okay, so if y'all haven't seen, there was a video that went out of T.I.'s son King. He went live and he was having a disagreement with his parents. He was recently on a show where he talked about how he didn't live with his parents. They would just have him on the show, and he would go live with his grandma, and they seemed to be having that discussion in real time on his live. And it ended with him, that nigga in a headlock. That nigga hemmed him up. That ain't fair, though. Because I feel like You only do that as a dad when you know you lost the discussion. You can't. And T.I. as a man of verbiage, I would assume you would be able to go at wits with with your youth. You know what I'm saying? I would think you would go to back to back with your seed.
Yeah.
But it seemed like he had you confused and under a lot of conundrums there, where you had to resort to physical fisticuffs. You had to create an altercation in the arena of Mercedes, while your man Ludacris hangs and dangles with his legs in the air.
What?
You didn't see him? They was at the Falcons game and Ludacris was performing.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So as your man was out there in the sky like Bret Hart, you was out there choking up your son, trying to put him in a headlock. But I just think there's a lot of different elements to this because I don't want
the T.I. and Tiny household is.
It's
apparently toxic.
It's been a lot been going on. It's been a lot of troubling information that's been going on out of this. So it's hard to know which side to really take. Because I feel like, in a way, they've done a lot for the little nigga. I don't know you. I don't know your little albino looking ass if it wasn't for them. None of this even matters if it wasn't for what they did.
They exploited their child, and now you're saying I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for them. Of course you wouldn't, because
don't act like that's how they got lit.
Without this child's consent. They
didn't
just
get lit
put him on this camera.
They didn't get lit because they had him.
And then that was the only reason that he saw his parents on a regular basis, is because he was being exploited by them.
That, again, we can talk into that a little bit more, but again, they didn't get lit because of the show. The show was a byproduct of the work they've already done.
You think that him being lit is a positive enough byproduct of him barely seeing his parents and obviously having like somewhat of a traumatizing upbringing?
I won't say to the traumatizing upbringing because we don't be able to substantiate what he's saying. I don't think the T.I. had his mama in the bando. But what I will say
we don't know where he was at because he was living with his grandmother.
But I'm saying that's T.I.'s mama. So I don't think T.I. would have his mama in the bando. And what I will say is when you're producing at a particular level, because there's different elements of parenting. There's financial, there is emotional, there is just being a person that they can trust and be. There's a different element. And I feel like if you're excelling at one element, just logic will tell you you're going to fail at the other elements. And that's just what's going on here.
But that doesn't mean you don't try at all.
Who says they're not trying?
Yeah, it didn't.
Who says they're not trying? They trying to work with the best schedule. If I gotta go to a show, if I'm coming into Atlanta to film this right here, and then I gotta go back to St. Louis for a show, then I gotta go to fucking Minneapolis for another show, and then I gotta go to New York for an interview. Like, if that's all happening within this time, yes, I'm gonna want you with your mom because I'm not about to be at the house when the fucking camera's cut off. Like that's what's real. Like, I understand. Like, everybody wants this mindset.
So, what's Tiny's excuse?
She got shit that she gotta do too. She famous. She in the studio with people. She doing stuff.
She started like her resurgence with which will not escape whatever her group is.
But
not too long ago.
My thing is this, like, but even to do a reassert, like, to get hot is work.
All of their children have had that same sentiment. Zanique, one of the oldest girl, has been very open with her mental health issues, what her family had to do with those mental health issues, suicide attempts. She literally had a clip where she was talking about like going back and reading her diary entries.
Is this Hyman girl?
Huh?
This Hyman girl?
No, she's much younger.
Okay.
This is the oldest girl. So this is the girl with she has a son who's like 2 or something. I don't know. But a lot of the children have had the same sentiment. They haven't been like as loud and crazy about it as what's his name?
King.
They haven't been loud and crazy about it as King has, but I'm going to be on the side of all of the children that are saying like this was a little fucked up. Like, and you know for a fact that parents be having these like rose-colored glasses on, and it takes them a very long time to realize that what they were doing, what that they thought was gonna be beneficial, was the complete opposite. And your intention sometimes does not matter when the result was so negative.
No, I agree. If the outcome of it is been shitty and they've been doing shitty stuff in between, that's what I'm just talking about in regards to. That's something different. That's something like those actions are separate from, hey, I'm super busy and I have to do X, Y, and Z. But like when I do have the time, if I'm taking you to go make sure your hymen's still intact, like if I'm over here doing all this other crazy shit, then of course, like, no, like you're weird. Like that's the issue. But to me, I saw just a lot of people who were discrediting the fact that he's put him in a position where he's a very, very privileged child and acting like that's something that is either a given or
she also spoke
should be respected.
How people literally what you're saying, they have this thought that like being the child of a celebrity gives you these privileges and these privileges are supposed to make it better. And she literally said that she would rather not.
But see, that's the thing. It depends on what you're talking about, the privileges. Because, yeah, if you're trying to get into the industry like your parents, it can be harder. But if you're just trying to get, like, normal jobs, niggas will hire you because you're T.I. daughter and you got the necessary requirements.
I don't know. Will they? Because that's literally what Suge Knight was talking about on his podcast. Remember, he brought it up. He was like, when you're a rapper and when you come up, black and in the music industry, when your child comes to the executives and they're like, I want to be an A&R, most of the time he literally said they laugh in your face.
Yeah, I'm saying A&R. I'm talking about if you wanted to go be
an executive or
outside of. I'm saying get out the industry. If you leave the industry and you get into something else, remember Lil Diggy? Was that Diggy or was that Russie? Lil Russie? Remember Lil Russie? His little dry ass lips telling us he was gonna be a real estate person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't remember that? Like there's shit and granted he went to being an actor, but there's shit you can do. Like there's shit that you can do outside of the industry that you being that close to the industry would give you a bonus. Like somebody's gonna give you a job because they hope to get invited to something.
Your parents' network is bigger and you can benefit off of that. But
I'm saying not even I'm saying you're in a I'm not talking about the network. I'm talking about their popularity and the fact of that who their name is outside of the industry that they already dominate or are a part of. You can then be given other parts. Like folks will want to be associated with that.
Definitely.
If I know
you're gonna benefit off of
if
it.
I know that you go to T.I.'s holiday party every year, and I like T.I. and I'm a manager at such and such, I'm going to want to hire you because potentially you may say, "Hey, you want to come to me to T.I.'s party? I know you're a fan." Like that's something that's more like, or if T.I. just somebody who comes by the store that you work at or the office that you work at or bring you anything like that they could think that they could be close to this celebrity, they're going to benefit from. It's just with them, they don't want to work a job and they just want to get money the way that they see their peers around them getting it. Mm-hmm. So again, it's not our fault that y'all want to be celebrities and want to get money an unconventional way. But it doesn't stop, them from being pieces of shit if that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I will definitely add on to that.
That
doesn't give you grounds for any of that.
Obviously, I feel like these people are pieces of shit. And there's been like lots of allegations about them that have come out.
And the only reason
before this not having to do with their children, other nefarious activities that they've involved themselves in.
And those only got dropped. And those only got dropped because of statute of limitations. So
legally and illegally.
Keep that in mind.
Illegally.
All right, we got to get into this thug trial before we wrap up.
Thug, what are they feeding you? Is it Gunna? Did you eat Gunna?
That nigga ate everything.
Did Gunna leave himself, like, half himself for you to, like, cause, like, I don't get it. That nigga is huge.
That nigga has not been doing no push-ups.
That nigga looked like 3 times himself. I've never seen a nigga go to jail and get bigger.
That nigga fat thug. That big thug.
Literally.
I see why they called him Big Slime.
That's crazy.
So I was the trial.
Slime is in a bag. You look like a garbage bag full of slime.
So the trial has started. The trial has commenced, and this has been a shit show just from the beginning. Yeah, they didn't show jurors on the fucking TV.
It's a hot ass mess.
They didn't have cure. I didn't see one where nigga in the comment giving a nigga name off saying he went to school with bruh. Like, bro, like, what y'all doing? Y'all got the jurors being shown.
Bro, imagine being a juror on this case. How long are you off work?
Oh, it's gonna be a minute. They gonna be in there. Like that's what I'm saying. They gonna be in there for a minute. Some of these folks ain't even from the city. They had to get folk from out the city.
Yeah, you can't get people from Atlanta
because they gonna know what's up. Like it took a minute for them to get these jurors. And if there's something happens where they got to start over, oh my God, that's gonna be crazy. So let's just start off with some of the more nonsensical things that was going on. They were playing the music. They played the trial song. The one song I started the show with. Mm-hmm. They played that song.
He was like, taking a trial. Here, this is it.
Prosecutor started off top. Say, see how these niggas are antagonizing us off rip? These niggas was ready for us. They knew we were coming for them, and they didn't care.
I saw something from the Young Thug trial today where Young Thug Daily on Twitter, shout out to y'all, Young Thug tweets daily. I'm not 100% sure, but they were like how they sent something to to Young Thug's defense, because in the prosecution was using a lyric where he said put 500 on his head. And they were like, oh, like you put a hit out on somebody, and then Young Thug Daily.
Yeah, they tried to clean it up and said it was
like, no, this was about Lil Uzi putting that $500 million like stone in his forehead.
Y'all working hard for him.
And then they brought it up in court.
I saw that. Y'all working hard for bro. They also talked about they had played that song that I played, but I want to say this. We got to talk about Thug Lawyer. I don't know where you found this nigga from. This nigga so in the sauce, it don't even make sense.
Nigga, get a new lawyer quick.
No, this nigga, I'm going to say this. I won't even say, the nigga's in the sauce. He with it. This nigga said, I need y'all to understand what thug means. It don't mean what y'all think it means. It means truly humble under God. I said, oh, this nigga right here, sign me up. Sign me up to this nigga right here, yo. Truly humbled under God. Sign me up.
That's a good spin. You know what that reminds me of? My friends, my good friends, I think their senior year of high school or freshman year of college, got matching tattoos. 3 of them, I think. Shem, Nick.
Come on,
it doesn't matter. Okay, they got matching tattoos. I'm forgetting the person, Kevin. And no, I don't think Kevin got it because he's a
they don't care about
pussy. Okay, so they got matching tattoos. It was an acronym. It's fuck, what was it?
Use your friends.
It was fuck bitches get money. FBMG. Right? They got a fuck bitches get FBGM money.
I was about to say, hold on.
Right? And then told their parents that the acronym was for being grown men. That's that same kind of spin.
That was a nasty spin. At least that shit was better than the blood shit. That was better than the blood shit.
It definitely was.
But also too, they talked about pushing P. And according to his lawyer, pushing
praise to the Lord.
Well, almost. Pushing positivity. Yo, this nigga, hey, I just said I ain't mad at his lawyer. He in the sauce. That nigga trying. He trying his bestest. He like Jeffrey, you haven't really given me much to work with here. Everything shows that you've did this shit, so I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna make sure we can get this thing, hey man. Truly humbled under God, man. It's the best I got. Oh man, could you imagine? Like, I wonder, like, if that wasn't his idea, who slid that to him?
No, he definitely got a good team of niggas in the back.
They out there thinking.
You know, there's usually a whole, like, whatever law firm, they got the
I think the label came up with that.
interns on there, like
the label came up with
the
truly
label.
humble.
I hope well, I don't know if you know what. No, yeah, I hope the lawyer and the defense team is not taking any advice from the label.
No, they taking it from the label. They giving them everything. They gonna have YSL. What you think YSL gonna stand for?
Yves Saint Laurent.
I'm talking about for Thug's case.
Yves Saint Laurent.
It's probably gonna be
He's going to be like, that's his favorite designer. He wanted to represent that.
He's probably going to say something like, hey.
Fucking Mariah the Scientist has been wearing YSL to every court case. Fucking YSL this, YSL that.
We're going to be young, saved, loyalists. I'm out here bringing God into everything.
Young, saved, and limitless.
Yeah. Okay, hey, I'm trying to lie about everything. Let me see. What was another one we could pull out? Was another one we could pull out? It ain't too much more he could say. Slime.
Yeah, because they be doing that, and they got the whole slat shit too. Like, what is that? You gotta slime and slat have to equate to each other.
Well, slat can be like saving life at times.
Slat could be surviving long time atrocities.
All right, man. Hey, we just as bad as the Bloods, it seems.
Oh, literally. Nah, why did we get into this acronym shit? Do you think... No, I can't wait till we get to the point where we can name the episodes just ridiculous shit we talked about during the episode instead of salacious things that make people click on it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All
because
right.
this episode would just be like a ridiculous acronym.
No, we would have got that off. All right, so let's just finish this. So, Snoop, you got everybody. You didn't trick me, but you got everybody. I knew you was capping. So Snoop said he was done with smoke. A very keen choice of words. What it came out to be, this nigga was just selling y'all fucking smokeless grill. And you know who's the most ridiculous person out of all this?
Him and Martha got y'all.
They word. You know who's the most ridiculous person out of this?
What?
Fucking Meek Mill.
Meek Mill is the most ridiculous person consistently throughout life. Like, regardless of where you are and what you're doing, whatever you're engaged in, you can rest assured that Meek Mill looks way more fucking ridiculous than you wherever the fuck he is in the world or wherever he's doing.
Let's paint a picture for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're Meek Mill.
Boo!
You have the education of a 6th grader.
Literally, maybe.
You're chilling, and you hear Snoop is going to stop smoking weed. You know the first thing you do? You run to your phone. Because you know what you got to do?
Because you're not a grown man with a job.
You got to jack some dick. So this is what he says. I'm going to go to Dubai and completely stop smoking. I'm going to follow Snoop. My doctor said I got a little bit of emphysema in my chest. I don't think he spelled that right. If I don't stop smoking, it's going to cut my life in half. I'm addicted to the nicotine. And this new weed got too many chemicals and too risky to play with my mental. And I just want to say, Meek Mill, you are the dumbest nigga on the planet.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to get up. Stop.
I feel like after that picture of you with the fucking fries on your lap in the pool, they should have just threw you in jail and just left you there.
They should have.
They should have.
Even if it was for the fucking bikes.
Yeah.
It's hey, nigga, we a better community.
Y'all gotta trip up some, like, y'all be throwing niggas in jail who don't do nothing, and Meek Mill is still free? How?
This nigga said, I'm gonna get there.
I don't want to wish jail on a nigga. That's
how
terrible.
You got a bit of emphysema?
Just a little bit, just a touch
like
of the
that shit just on your lung a little bit, just jugging.
A touch of the empha.
This nigga had a touch. This nigga had a touch of emphysema. Cut his life in half.
That's stupid.
Nigga, you 40. You about to be 80? How old you about to be, nigga? Oh shit. Hey man, I don't like that kind of dick riding though. Stop that shit, bro. Real talk. You better than that. You really better than that. That shit's disgusting behavior.
You literally, like, a couple minutes after was like, I'm following this man. That's pathetic.
It's sad.
Ride your own wave, nigga.
Sad. And Ross ain't give you your publishing back.
A nigga like me, I set my own trends. I see Snoop Dogg say he's gonna stop smoking weed. I'ma hop on the internet. I'ma start smoking crack now.
I got the meth on deck, nigga. Fuck what you mean, nigga. Real smoke, nigga. Real smoke. Dog food in the bag,
we
nigga.
Doing speed.
Nigga, I'm coked out my mind, nigga.
Fuck out of here, bitch.
Popping Adderalls, nigga. Real smoke.
Weak, poor, and lean.
All right, man. We about to wrap this shit up. But, hey, man, fuck Lil Duval. Fuck Lil Duval.
What the?
This nigga was going on a fucking Twitter little rant about talking about rents and shit like that. Nigga, you not part of this life.
Rent?
Nigga talking about, oh, if you can't afford your rent, why don't you move?
Shut
nigga,
the
because
fuck
they're
up.
broke.
Shut up.
Stupid ass little nigga, bro. I hate niggas that can buy kid Jordans as a grown man. I don't like that. You over here pay $70 for kid Jordans as a grown man.
You save money.
Talking about you're fly, nigga. You're not fly, nigga.
That's a bargain.
Everything you buy is in the fucking doll section, my nigga.
You can go into Kids Foot Locker and get the newest release right now.
Stay out of working class business, nigga. Get on your fucking little planes that you out here flying, nigga. Don't be worried about us.
You gotta be this tall to have opinions on adult topics, bitch.
Fuck, nigga. All right, man.
Did you see that? Hold on, real quick. Did you see that woman, that white woman that was crying?
I've never seen a white woman in my life. I've never seen a white woman in my life.
I feel like we're getting more and more unhinged as the show goes along, and we need to start drinking before the show now. But there was a white woman on Twitter, and it went viral literally today. So there was a white woman on Twitter. She is crying about the fact that, okay, so she's a nurse.
Oh, the $200?
Yeah, she's a nurse.
I feel it, though.
And she has money to pay all of her bills, and she only has $200 left over to no, I didn't. It was like a random thing.
Better be glad this hour too.
Right? Let me start. So she
Are you trying to play it?
I was trying to find it, but fuck it.
Anybody care about this white woman crying?
No, but I just wanted to show y'all. But she's crying about the fact that she pays all of her bills and she only has $200 left over to like spend. And everybody's being like so mean to her. And I don't want to tell y'all to not be mean to the white woman, because keep doing that. But I really like, are y'all fucking okay with only having $200 of like leisure and spending money for the month? Because I personally would fucking kill myself. I would cry too. $200, that's one dinner.
I'm mad as how. Look how women fucking
you
decipherate shit.
You tell me, okay, let's go out to like a bargain dinner. That's one Target trip and one dinner for the month. Like I need. That might be okay. You know what? That might sound okay for some people.
But people,
I need at least 2 dinners and 3 miscellaneous. I don't actually need shit shopping trips.
See, the only reason I didn't want to react the way normally I would react, because you know me, I'm gonna be for the worker, for the working class, and all that other stuff like that. But the only thing was like, she didn't really get it of as much detail, because how much is your money going to savings? Like, are you putting money in the like you didn't specify those kind of things in her conversation. She was just upset that at the end of this check,
she's like a Biden hater and she blames everything on him, and she did this to blame something.
That's why I wasn't
Biden
tripping
or whatever. I don't want to get into the like her reasoning of posting the video. I just want to talk about how y'all are okay with having $200 of spending money for the month. Like,
but she didn't say the month. She said till the next Friday.
So for
the next Friday they get paid. So that's what like, people were saying. People was breaking it down, saying was like, so if you paid everything with y'all 2 first checks of the month, then y'all got another check coming up that y'all would potentially be able to save and all that. So that's what I say, like, folks didn't. There's a lot of stuff that was going on with it. That's why I didn't want to react. Pay people more. Make sure that billionaires get less. Eat the rich. Steal from them niggas.
I need at least
jack they children at school if you can.
Of leisure money from each paycheck.
Tell your kid to take from their kids at school. Like, can you not say that?
No.
You can't
tell kids to steal from kids.
Why? They do it anyway.
If your kid steals from my kid, your kid is going to jail.
But we're not billionaires.
Jail.
But we're not billionaires.
Jail.
We saying steal from the billionaires' kids.
Okay, yeah, steal from the rich people kids.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I don't know. Our kid might go to jail too.
They might. He gonna have some on his books though. All right, man. We gotta get out of here, man. We better wrap this up. Want to thank y'all for listening to Talk FNF TV. This is your boy Rhetoric and Miss Reality.
Follow us on all of the social media.
We're still workshopping that. We out of here.
Literally, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Bye. Love you.